I mention new and old because we do that on the programme, tend to mix in some of the older Irish acts, and by older I mean like 20 years ago or thereabouts, or even more. And I mentioned also earlier in the programme, a big night coming up on this night fortnight, a night for Piata House at the Olympia Theatre in Dublin, November the 16th. The lineup includes bands like, do you remember Those Nervous Animals, Cry Before Dawn, The Fountainhead, Cactus World News, The Fat Lady Sings, and more recent bands like the Pale Picture House, Blink, who we had on the programme a couple of weeks back, the incomparable Benzini Brothers, Into Anua, and newer band again, Friends of Emmet. And indeed, from Friends of Emmet, I'm delighted to welcome back to the programme. We had him in a few weeks ago. That's Keith Geraghty. Hiya, Keith.
How you doing, Roddy? How's it going?
Good, very good. Have you on with a different hat on you tonight, talking to you about this particular night. You're one of the organisers of this extravaganza.
Yeah, it's going to be a really special night. The purpose of it really, again, because the wonderful organisation, Piata House, we can never say enough good things about them. So everybody needs to play their part in this one, and I mean everybody. So when I put together and made the phone calls out to get that lineup, everybody immediately said, "Yep, I want to be a part of it." Put our energies into this, and it's just going to be an event that will never be forgotten, you know.
I think so, and musically speaking, I mentioned some of the bands there. We featuring Nick Kelly. He, of course, was with the Fat Lady Sings back in the day, and and bands like Cactus World News, The Fountainhead, Those Nervous Animals. Anybody who knows their Irish music would be very well versed in those bands. How did you approach them about the whole thing?
Luckily, a lot of the guys I would have known. They'd like to say Paul from Into Anua and Fiachna from, well, they're down as the Benzini Brothers, but we all know who the Benzini Brothers are. And so, and again, Frank from Cactus World News, they'd all be personal friends. Now, they would have been my influences when I would have been growing up as a kid. So even to be getting on stage with them, for me, is an incredible buzz. And to be, again, personal friends with them and stuff like that, to get this show together, it's a lifetime dream for me. And again, every one of them immediately said we want to be a part of it. So at the end of the night, what we'll be doing is we will be closing the show with the Friends of Emmet version of Young Americans, where Frank from Cactus will get up and play, and Steve from The Fountainhead. Would you remember The Fountainhead?
I do indeed.
I think they're one of the best Irish bands. That song Angel was an incredible song. And he'd be getting up playing guitar as well, and Gavin Friday should be there and everybody. So
it's not particularly the full band as they were then. They're members of the band doing their well-known hit or hits.
Yeah, exactly. Now the likes of, say, Nick Kelly, a lot of the lads from Fat Lady Sings, they be abroad. So Nick will get up himself and he'll play Arclight. He's very much a supporter of Piata House as well. He's very much into suicide prevention. I've met him several times through suicide prevention organisations and meetings and stuff, and he's just a great guy.
It's such I don't like to use the word worthy cause. I want to get something a bit stronger than that. It's such an important cause these days, especially amongst making people aware that Piata House is there for especially young men.
Absolutely. And again, there was thought put into this as in the lineup, because those bands, some of those bands haven't played together in 20 years. And, for somebody who's out there who's not in a good place, music can save them.
Absolutely.
It's the best therapy in the world. And they could be there and not in a good place and contemplating leaving it all behind. And if they see, and this has been said to me already by people, that they've seen their favourite band going to be performing again at the Olympia in 2 weeks' time, and they said it changed their mind, which I think, is...
It's powerful in itself, yeah.
Powerful in itself, absolutely. So there's a message in that. But again, I think what we're trying to do is create the awareness of, like, everybody knows of Piata House, but we're trying to make this night a celebration, rather than, with Kevin Hines, the guy who we wrote Coming Apart about, he'll be over the week beforehand. He'd be over to promote the show, but he won't actually be at the show.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, we spoke about this gentleman before. No harm to just so people are aware what the whole night is about. Coming Apart is the opening track on the Friends of Emmet album, State of Mind. And you when you were in studio with me some time back, you told the story of this gentleman. You may as well do a recap for me, Keith, while you're there.
Yeah, well, Kevin, how the song came about was because some of Friends of Emmet are based in Dublin, some are based in LA. Brian and myself had sent Mark over some music, and he couldn't get lyrics for weeks until one Saturday night he was at home in LA on the sofa, and a HBO documentary, The Bridge, came on, and basically it films people in a desperate state and jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge and taking their own lives. Now, a lot of people, and I've had professors of mental health condemning the documentary, but Eric Steele, what he was trying to do there, he was trying to get them to the Golden Gate Bridge is the most common place in America for people to go and take their own lives. He was trying to get them to raise a rail. And because of that, they are starting to raise a rail at the beginning of next year, 2015.
Because of the documentary?
The documentary would have played a part in it, and people protesting and giving out, because again, there's, I think it's well and truly over 3,000 people, have, maybe more, they're just some of the figures that they put out there. But so when Mark saw the movie, Kevin Hines was talking about his experience in it, that he did go to the Golden Gate Bridge. He stood there for 40 minutes in floods of tears. Nobody came up to him, and he jumped. He realised the second that he let go of that rail that he had made a mistake, and he asked for help. Spun his body around and hit the water 120 miles an hour. Went 50 feet down, broke his back. All the bones in his body, splinters of bones, just missed his heart by millimetres. And when he opened his eyes, when he was 50 feet down, he didn't know whether he was alive or dead, and he got up to the surface and he was trying to keep himself afloat, but a seal got underneath him and bobbed him up and kept him afloat till the rescue boat came.
I still find that story incredible. It's amazing.
It's incredible, and when Mark heard this story, he hopped up immediately and put pen to paper. So when we were in LA recording the album, Mark is a quiet type of guy, and he just mentioned what the song was about, and I said, God, we got to try and track this guy down. Didn't know whether he was homeless, whether he was even still alive, but I got on the internet and I did track him down, and he goes around the States talking about his experience to students and to the military and stuff like that. So he would be over here in Ireland because he'd be doing a talk up in Belfast. So he will be on Ireland AM, and we'll be on it as well and stuff like that, so we'll explain the story there. So that's how we got involved in it so much. It's very organic. It's all just one thing knocked into another, because then students from America, Canada, Ireland even asked could they use our song Coming Apart for Yana videos, You Were Never Alone videos, where they're reaching out to other students. So it's all just grown from there. So I think this night 2 weeks is the celebration
for that, and of course it probably was a no-brainer really who to do the music the night for, i.e. Piata House.
Well, now when you say no-brainer, I thought about it a lot, and I met up with Joan Freeman a couple of times. She's the founder of Piata House. I would be very standoffish, I wouldn't just go out and say, okay, we'll do this for Piata House. I wanted to talk to her, I wanted to find out exactly what they were doing, and she's an inspiration. She's my hero. Everybody can turn around and say an actor or a musician is their hero. Joan Freeman would be my hero, because what she's done is she has so many people, well over 100 people working for Piata House, and when I was sitting there talking to her, she was heading home, and she pulled out these little pair of old shoes with holes and everything in it. She says, these are my walking shoes. And I just looked at her and went, no, this, and that's when it became a no-brainer. But it wasn't immediate. It was, I did speak to her twice and realised that this woman is a walking angel.
So it's not thrown together. There's a lot of thought on behind it, and not that I was suggesting it was thrown together, of course. But coming back to the music, for a lot of people, some of the names there will conjure. You mentioned it a while ago. Some people are saying these bands were so important to them back in the day. But even when I'm going to play something from Those Nervous Animals, and indeed from Friends of Emmett in a while. But Those Nervous Animals were one of those amazing bands that really should have been an awful lot bigger. As indeed, pretty much a lot of the people that you mentioned on the bill. Cactus Were News, Cry Before Dawn, who made a bit of a resurgence recently.
Absolutely, great band.
So how's the vibe so far? Is it going as expected? Are you hopeful that it'll be a good sell-out, packed out night?
It'll be a sold out night. It'll be incredible, and that's what I'd say to people. There's 2 weeks left. There's not many days of tickets left, I'd say. So if you're going to get your tickets, get them now. But the one thing I will say is that there was many more bands that we had to turn down. Really? That wanted to do it. There was many more bands, such as say the Whipping Boy, A House. several that we wanted to be a part of it, but we just hadn't got time to get them together. So this will be an annual thing. It'll grow.
That was my next question. Yeah, do you think you'll do it again next year?
I see. I'm reading your mind.
Yeah.
I know. What
Wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard.
No, it will. It'll happen every year. It'll be something that'll. What I'd love to see happen is that it goes around the country. It will go to Cork. It will go to Galway, and it will go to Belfast. I think that's what should happen.
Yeah. Well, from little acorns, as they say. So it's November the 16th, which is a Sunday evening, Olympia Theatre in Dublin. Once again, the lineup is yourselves, Friends of Emmett, Into Anua, the incomparable Benzini brothers, Blink. I think Blink alone would probably draw in a huge crowd. Their recent comeback show, I believe, was fantastic, which I missed, unfortunately.
I was in touch with Dermot yesterday. Yeah.
Picture House, The Pale, Fat Lady Sings, Cactus Weren't Used, The Fountainhead, Cry Before Dawn, Those Nervous Animals, and as you say at the bottom here, and many, many more. And isn't it great, really, that you did have to turn people away? It means that, hey, we can do this one again quite easily.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I had sent out a mail to President Higgins because I wanted him to be the guest of honour, and only he had other commitments
made.
In
South Africa.
But he wanted to be there.
Great.
And that's the thing about it, so he will be there next year.
Well, a great supporter of the arts anyway.
Absolutely. What a gentleman.
Yeah.
What a gentleman. So he'll be there next year. And again, this isn't going to be a once-off. It'll be a different lineup next year. And God knows who'll be there in 2 weeks' time, though. That's all I say to you. I can't really say too much about that, but
you tell
a
me
few nice special guests.
Great. I know you've been working on that, and you've been kind of keeping me in touch with bands and names.
Well, you'll be sharing that box with a few nice people, put it that way.
Good. Well, I look forward to it very much, because I've been kind of working myself up to this. As you know, I haven't exactly been in the best place myself health-wise, but this night will be something I think that it's certainly well worth the effort. Where can people get tickets?
Ticketmaster. Go straight onto it, and that's where you'll get your tickets. What's left, I'm not sure. But I think everybody wants to be there on the night, so, it'll be one to remember.
Any updates on Friends of Emmett?
Yeah, we've got a Christmas single coming out the 1st of December.
Cool.
So that's great. That's almost finished. And then we're off to LA in January to finish the follow-up single, which will be called The Happening Sea. And that comes out on the 1st of March. And then we're off to Canada to do the Canadian Music Week and the TV show Canada AM and a special show in Toronto in the Horseshoe.
Wow, you're quite busy.
Yeah, which is great. In a nice way, we've got a couple of track coming up in EastEnders now in the next 2 weeks and stuff like that. So it's there's plenty to do. We've just signed a sync deal with a Canadian company. Well,
there's nobody can ever accuse Friends of Emmett of not working hard. That's for sure. Sure. Your album, State of Mind, is currently on release, and the app title on there as well. I'll play Coming Apart in a little while, but I'm going to play music from who have I got? Those Nervous Animals now, simply because I haven't heard this song for such a long time, and it's on vinyl.
Great.
Keith, thanks very much indeed for taking time out of your evening to come and talk on the programme, and look forward to seeing you and indeed seeing the show on the 16th of November.
A pleasure. Listen, thanks for having me on, Roddy.
Not a bother, Keith. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Cheers.